Okay. All right, we are live. Okay. Wait for some people to come on real quick and then I'll go ahead and start. Okay. All right. Welcome Winnie CC, good to see you. And welcome to everybody that's watching tonight. Um all right, sorry I was a couple minutes late. But anyway, welcome to tonight's live. Um Tonight I'm going to be talking about interracial relationships, and I'm going to talk about people dating outside their race, marrying outside their race, and the numbers are increasing every day in America. It gets more and more people opening their options, more people dating other people of other races for whatever reason, whether they're attracted to that person or they believe that's the best option they have. So and it's happening in society. It's being more acceptable. There's still haters out there, but you'll always have that. But it's happening more and more. um I want to kind of dig into something, and I know some people are going to be offended. um Mostly the audience, you guys won't be, I don't think, but there might be some people that are offended of what I'm going to say, and I just want to make this clear. Okay. um I'm saying what I believe. I'm giving my opinion. Okay. What I believe to be true. Now, can some of the stuff I say not be true? Yes. But I believe just about everything I'm going to say is true. Okay. Um, and it's not to put any group down or anything like that. Okay. I'm just going to be stating facts and what I see and what I've witnessed through the years. Okay. Um, right now I'm 52 years old. Okay. So I'm past half time in my life. Okay. And it won't be long till I'm a senior citizen. So I've seen some things. And I dated interracially right from the get-go. um I've dated black women ever since I was able to, ever since one of them said yes. Okay. So it's been many years, and I've been married over 27 years of my life. And my wife is black. So, and, my wife has friends that are black. I got friends that are black. I got a lot of friends, black women, and they tell me some things, and I learn from what they say, and I see some things too when it comes to dating, marriage, and other people's opinions, and then I see for my own eyes certain things. Okay, and a lot of stuff that I talk about is stuff that I either see, experience, or other people tell me about. Okay, and you know, as we move forward, okay, what I'm seeing when it comes to interracial dating, interracial marriage, okay, um, the most people to date outside their race, according to the stats right now, is Asian women and black men. Those are the most common groups to date out. And I'm all for interracial dating and marriage. Okay, I'm doing it myself. So I believe everybody should have the option to do that if that's what they want to do. And if you love somebody of another group, that's perfectly fine. As long as you vet that person and find a good partner, find a good husband, find a good wife. That's the goal, right? And I think that should be the overall goal. And as we move on, I think that's pretty much where we're headed. Um, you know, ever since, you know, uh, well, people have been having relationships interracially ever since time began. Okay. But in our country, it's increasing drastically. Okay. It went from like 3% in the 1960s to, 1967 when the Loving versus Virginia case, um, where, you know, they made it legal to marry outside your race in every state. Okay. Back then, not all states it was legal. There were some states it was still illegal. That's why the Supreme Court got involved, and that's why the Lovings, if you study the story, why they went through so much problems because it was illegal to do so. And that was a few years before I was born, so I didn't really experience the problems they may have experienced in their interracial relationships. Well, I know I didn't experience nothing close to what they did. Hey, Jersey. Um, but there's still haters. It's becoming more of a norm, but some people are still trying to stop interracial relationships. And their work trying to do so is in vain. It's increasing more and more each day. No matter what you say, no matter what you think, you just can't convince people, to stay in one racial group when we got access to each other, when we all live together, and men and women are attracted to each other. Um, Even of different races. I know they say, well, it's natural to be attracted to your own race. Well, it's natural to be attracted to a woman of another race too. I mean, we're men and women, point blank. Um, but what I'm seeing when I see interracial relationships, it seems like certain groups it's more acceptable. Certain groups are more scrutinized for doing it in today's world. And I look around and I see it in social media. I see it in the everyday world, and I see when black men and white women date out, marry out. Um, it don't seem like there's really an issue, and maybe because I'm not around it, but I don't see no one on social media um, saying anything about it. I don't see people going out there calling white women bed wenches or whatever term they'll come up with. I don't see them attacking black men for doing it. Now maybe they do, and I just haven't seen it. But it just seems that on the other end, when it comes to black women, white men, that it's extremely scrutinized. Okay, and what I mean by that is no one's stopping you from doing it. There's no laws, nobody's going to physically stop you. You can do it. But it just seems like the haters are more towards that dynamic. And what I mean is you'll see things that they have names for black women that do it. They're sellout, they're bed wenches, and they go in on them. And then they'll say about white men, oh well, he's going to fetishize you. If he's violent towards you, he'll be even worse than a black man could ever be, and it's not going to work. And he's just after you because he just for a desire, a fetishization, just for a short fantasy. And we've all heard those stories, right? And they tell you, beware, beware of the white man. He's just, you know, so god awful. And the warning's been given out. And my wife's been giving out that warning. She could tell you stories of what people have said when she was dating me, not to do it. And then, well, what did she get? She didn't adhere to the warning. So this is her punishment she got. She's got someone that loves her, that's been married to her for over 27 years. We have a home. Um, Her needs are taken care of. And she has someone that loves her for life. We have 3 kids, 2 grandkids, and life is good. But if she would have listened to the warnings, would she have had that? I don't know. Um, back in the day, if people would have told me, if I would have listened to some people that told me it was wrong, where would I be today? Who would I be with? Would I have been in a divorce or treated badly or been with the wrong woman? And I can't tell the future, but I believe I can get it as good as I got it. My wife is the best thing ever. My wife is a true blessing. But for some reason, our group is kind of people go into more than the other groups, and I just wonder why, and it baffles me because if you look inside the black community, only 1 out of 4 women get married, and mostly black men date and marry out, and also there's more women than men, so it creates such an imbalance. But the men aren't shamed, but the women are. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't seen the shaming. Why is that? And the thing of it is, and it baffles me. And if you look at the stats, the most successful group out there when it comes to marriage is black women and white men. Why is that? If the white if white people or white men are so god awful fetishizers and violent men and just will do god awful things, why is the marriage lasting more in that group? Could it be that I know one reason black women, are awesome, amazing. They make good wives. Black women, and us as white men that are married to them really love them with all our heart. And I think that's why it lasts. Because when we get to that point in our group, we're more vetted than the other groups. It seems like black men and white women could get in a relationship a whole lot easier. But with us, black women, white men, it's like we you know, overanalyze it. We're very cautious about it. Um, we have people in our ear telling us, you know, not to do it, or it could be bad, or society don't accept it. That's the stuff I've been told. Um, people would make the argument to me, the people that were against it. Hey, hello, Thelma, and they would say, Winnie, how you doing? They would say, society don't accept it, and you're going to have problems, and I don't want to see you get hurt. And, well, if this is getting hurt, I'm glad I'm getting hurt because, like I said, I have an awesome wife, and I've been blessed. And that dynamic, black women and white men are the most successful. If you look at the numbers, it is. And if you look at our counterpart, they're 40% more likely divorced than we are. And in fact, just recently they did a study, and actually, did you know black women and white men are more successful than 2 white people and 2 black people in marriage statistically right now? Now, will that change? It could, but it's working. It's having an awesome effect. And why is that? Could it be that black women are more loved than anybody wants to admit, including, the media or certain people that are against interracial marriages? I think that's the truth right there. And you're seeing a dynamic now. Well, I'm seeing it. You're seeing more and more interracial marriages and relationships, and you're seeing it in where I live, where there's not really that many black people. You're seeing more black women with white men. And me and my daughter did a little survey. We did like an observation. We went out to the mall, and because my daughter was telling me this, she says, Dad, I'm seeing more and more black women with white men. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Because we know that black women date and marry out 3 times what white men do with black women. I mean, 3 times men will marry and date white women than us as white men will date and marry black women. And they do it much more at a higher rate. So I kind of didn't believe it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're seeing them out there. Yeah, it's increasing. But we did a thing and we counted and we seen more black women with white men. We went to the mall and we went to the park and we had lunch together. And there was more. We counted more. Could it be just a fluke that we just happen to see more? Maybe. But the numbers are increasing. And, I would make this statement. I believe in my neighborhood that there isn't many black people, that black women would be more safer here than in the city area where there's a little bit more black people there. I'm just saying, you know, because as white men, we're not really the big monsters we're painted out to be. Is there some of us that are evil? Oh, most certainly there is. But a lot of times, some of us take the rap, and we're given that reputation, because of history and stuff. But if you look at the stats and you look at what's really happening, you know, black women, white men are successful. And that's the most successful interracial group right now. And why is that? I think it's because we're vetted more. I think we're more careful when we go into it. And we've been scrutinized so much that when we get there, we're already ready for it. You know? And, I've been told that, okay, and I know people are going to get mad at this one, but I hear it all over the place that white men in our community are the leaders, in our household. And that is true. I'll tell you, that is true. And I've been told in the black community, and I'm not going to say this is it because people are going to go in on me, but I've been told that black women pretty much run the community there. So you got two alphas together and it seems to work. That's a theory people have. My theory is we're just careful, we're strategic in when we do it. Hey, Loren. Hey, Deanna. Corey, how's it going? Afro Aries. Good to see you guys. We're more strategic, when then we're scrutinized. So when we're in it, we're ready, and that's my theory on it. But there's a lot of variables, and we're finding out, and I believe that to be true. I believe black women and white men, we're so much alike, even though we don't look alike, even though we came out of different cultures. It's like, I don't know, call me biased, but I think we're just meant to be together. And when I look at my wife and look at our relationship, me and my wife were meant to be married. There's no doubt in my mind it was God's will that it happened, because it was so easy and doors were kicked wide open, and it happened. And people say, well, marriage is tough, and yeah, you have your ups and downs, but for the most part, it was easy. That's the woman I love. She loves me, and we just did it. We made it happen. When we got married, we hit the ground running, and it was like we knew what to do, you know. And at the time, I was 24 and she was 25, and we were just ratty. It seems we got all that young and dumb stuff out of us, So we were ready for marriage at the time. So, but if you look at the stats, it's working. But white men were monsters, and black women, you're given all these fear, uh, all this scary stuff about us. And women have told me, they says, I was always afraid to date white men because I heard all this horrible stuff that I was afraid he was going to do something crazy to me. She said, but come to find out, it was actually pleasant. And this woman's married interracially today. But you know, and it's happening more and more. And like I said, I'm for interracial marriages across the board, whoever you want to marry. And then there's this theory that that somehow that us as white men are bothered by black men dating white women or marrying. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, we haven't cared about it since 1982. I think that's the last time I heard a complaint about it. So that's several years ago. In fact, we don't even think about it. And you know what's funny is I was talking to my wife and I was like, I hear this stuff and there's trolls on YouTube and stuff. And but the friends I got, the black men that are friends that I got, I said they don't give us problems and they don't have issues. I'm like, so could that be maybe it's somewhere else? I was kind of confused because I'm not seeing it, right? And my wife says, yeah, but look where we live. The and the friends you're with, you grew up with, and they're all married to white women or Hispanic. And I was like, wow, you know what? She was right. It's crazy. Except for a couple army buddies, that's true. Most of black friends I have are married to white women or Mexican women. And that's the biggest population we have, so it kind of makes sense. But I don't know. It's just weird that it one side is more scrutinized than the other, but the side that scrutinizes is more successful. And why is that? Yeah, fear mongering. It is ridiculous. And why would somebody do that? Why would somebody care? And I always wonder. I do my videos and I talk about interracial relationships and I tell about how much I love my wife. And I throw some love to black women and I'll give them praise because they are wonderful and beautiful. And yeah, I'll have trolls come in on me and say hateful stuff about me, my wife, kids, and that's fine. You say what you want, but it's weird. Why would you even care about my relationship? I'm a middle-aged man. I'm 52, and my wife's 53. We're not even in the dating game. Those days are so far long gone. That was 30 years ago. But people are worried about our relationship. And I'm thinking, why would they worry about why would that be a thing? And then I'm thinking, you know what? It's probably the message, maybe. They're seeing that we have a marriage that actually worked several years. Over 27 years, I'm still married. I only been married once. My wife's only been married once. I'm white and she's black, and it worked. And it's still going strong. And in my family, we're the biggest success. So I knew it was going to be that way. I had no doubt in my mind. And you know what? It was successful back then, but they didn't have the numbers and the data to back it up. So now they do. Now everybody's wondering, wow, how's that lasting? Could it be that white men actually love black women? Could it be that black women are the best choice? I think that's what it is. And I always say black women is the best choice. If you study data and all that stuff, it backs it up. Now, I can't say that one woman is better than the other and all this because it depends on your character, what's in your heart, and and your choices. Yeah, it depends on all that. And you get a good wife out of every group. But if you look at the stats and you study the data, look at the numbers in a group, who's the most educated, okay? And they say, well, okay, well, education don't really matter with the women, and I've heard this, men really don't care. And I'll say this, I would have married my wife whether she's educated or not. That would have had nothing to do with it. But you know what education says? It says that you have character. It says you're working hard to improve yourself. It says you're moving forward. Education is important. Just on that, just not even telling how far you're going to go in your education, just that fact you're bettering yourself and you're moving up, you're making progress. Okay, black women are the biggest group doing that. Okay, that's number one. Okay, businesses. Okay. The biggest group of women opening businesses and successful with businesses is black women. Okay, you say, well, if you have a good wife, she don't have to have be a businesswoman. Yeah, true. She don't have to have business. Yeah, but what's that say? It says they have character. It says they have determination, and it says that they're making things happen, and they're the most successful group in that area. So you take those two things, right? All right, and let's throw spirituality, traditional women. Okay, I'm a traditional guy. I want a traditional woman to be my wife, a woman of God. Okay, a lot of black women are spiritual women, women of God. Okay, now I don't know what the stats are with that, but almost every black woman I know is a Christian or some sort of faith. But you take all that and you put it together, and if I was a man and there was no racial bias and I just wanted a good wife, what group would I go to? If race didn't matter, what group would I go to? And I'm not just saying a white man, Chinese man, Asian, black, it don't matter. What group would be the best group for me? Which would I have by the numbers a better chance of success having a good wife? Would it be the group of women that's the most educated? The the group of women that's more successful in business? And then you look at interracially dating, say, okay, she's out of my race, but according to interracial dating, I'm okay with it. So what group? Oh, if I marry a black woman, by the stats, it's more likely to be more successful. So who is the best choice? The black woman's the best choice, statistically. And just going by that, you would have to agree, wouldn't you? I'm not just saying my opinion. I'm not just saying, well, I married a black woman, so they're all the best choice. No, I'm going by what the numbers say, what the stats say, what we know to be true. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying you can't find a good wife out of the other groups. No. And I'm not putting the other groups down. I'm not. I'm just saying, black women are the best choice. And there is no, and it makes sense that that's why I chose to date and marry black women. Because, I mean, in the beginning, yeah, I was attracted and, I thought they were beautiful, but I seen something way before then. I seen a kindness. I seen something about them. They're spiritual. They're loving. They just got a big heart. And and then you look at the stats, it just backs it all up. So why wouldn't I interracially marry? Why not? It'd be the best choice, right? And nobody could tell me I made a bad choice. And nobody can tell me that I don't have love for black women. Nobody can. I can look myself in the mirror talking straight to God and talking to the world and say nobody loves black women like I do. I got the proof. I got the years of marriage. I got my action. The things I do for my wife, you'd say, dang, you really do love her. Yes. But we got haters out there that want to try to stop it. They're just their work is in vain. You're not going to stop it. People are on date and marry out. It's happening more and more every time. And if you find that one marriage that don't work, well, you're going to find it in every group. And if we went by that, then every time we seen a failed marriage, we just wouldn't get married. And a lot of people ain't these days. Um, but but if you look at the numbers and you look at the marriages, you look at black women as a whole, and it drives me crazy that people would go online and go to you know, go to social media and just put down black women. And I'm just like, And why is that? People say there's a conspiracy with the interracial dating and marriage thing, like somehow it's being pushed. I heard somebody say that black women and white men is a product of white supremacy. If you could believe that, of course they don't know what white supremacy is. I mean, that's being white, superior, nothing else involved. But somebody made that statement. It blew my mind. I was like, wow, that's white supremacy now? Dating and marrying black women? Okay, that's something new to me. But I've heard that. There are so many things that people are saying negative about it, trying to stop it, and it's the most successful. And if I was a black guy, I would encourage black women to date it. Why? Because everybody gets married, right? We all get to be with who we love. And you know what? If only 1 out of 4 get married, what happens to the 3/4, the 75%? And I think the numbers are like 25 to 30% of black women get married. And, the stats, are always fluctuating. But I look at that, and with white women, it says, I think it was like 25 to 50, 30% of black women get married, and like 62% of white women get married. So that's a crazy imbalance, right? Of course, you say, well, white people get married more often, but yeah, we get divorced more than half, a little bit more than half. So half the marriages are doomed from the get go. So that ain't really solving our problem, is it? So I would say dating out is the thing. That's, because it opens up your options and you could choose whoever you want to be with. And for the ladies, you have more options. Guys have to compete for you. Therefore, men have to be better men. Men have to be actual providers and not just be the lifetime boyfriend. But it just mind boggling, the stuff we're saying, the stuff we're seeing. And when it comes to interracially dating and marriage, and why is one group so against another group doing it? Why would anybody care? And especially, when Serena Williams got married and Eve, there were people on social media having a fit, upset about it, upset about women you have no access to. That's crazy. And if they did what you wanted them to, what would that really change things, or would it make it worse? I don't know. It just crazy. It makes no sense to me. But I've been saying it, and I'll say it again. Black women, you are desired, and we're coming for you. We're coming for you to be our girlfriends and our wives. We really are. And I will say this, I believe it to be true that most white men that are in serious relationships with black women will end up marrying them. Uh, from what I've seen, that's usually the case. Um, that ain't everybody. You can't say everybody, right? Just like you say black women are the most successful. There's some that aren't successful. Yeah, you can't say all, but as a whole, they're the most successful, point blank. And interracial dating is going to, in my opinion, is going to explode, because moving on in the future, you look at what the millennials are doing. They're dating and marrying out. They ain't living by the crap we grew up living on. Be it this race loyal thing, it's going away. It is. So those of you that believe in race loyal and all this and staying with your own kind, that's going away, ladies and gentlemen. It is. There are people that go and cling to it with the death grip, but it's gone. It's going. And you know what? People are going to get together, date, and marry who they want to be with. And it's going to be more of oh, thanks, NW, for the $2. Appreciate it. Um, People are going interracially date and marry more and more. So this race loyal thing's going away. And with black men dating out in a high volume as they are is creating an imbalance. So it kind of forces black women to open up their options. Um, if they want to get married, it kind of does. So that's going to take off. And then people are going to date and marry, not so much for race anymore. It's going to be for economics, for you're attracted to. That's going to be part of it. But for women, a lot of it's economical. And, as women, they can practice what is that word? Hypergamy, you know, moving up economically by who they marry. They can do that. Women can do that. Us as men, guys, sorry to say, you're stuck at your own economic level. You want to move up, you got to do it. You got to make it happen. Now, you and your wife, you're married and you're both working hard. You can do it together, but guys, you're pretty much stuck at your economic level. I mean, for the most part. I mean, there's always an exception to the rule, but no. Women can do that. And as a man, I'm going to be honest. I would rather have, you know, and I've always wanted it this way to where my wife's at my level or a little below it. Because I want to be the provider. Because I want to bring this up. I never, and maybe this is how I was raised. I never wanted to be with a woman that had more than I did, that was more economically, that had more economic power than myself. I never wanted that. I always wanted to make a little more and call it crazy, but that's how I was raised because I was raised to be the provider. I was raised to be the one that works, the one that pays the bills, the one. And my dad just drove that through me. And that's the way I've been raised. And I didn't never wanted it any other way. And guys that are out there that want to get with a woman that's doing better than they are, it's kind of weird to me. It makes no sense. I don't know. I was just told I have to provide, and I hear KS talking to these women, telling them they need to straighten up and do this and that to get that high value man and this and that, and they got to do this and they got to look a certain way, be a certain dress size, and all this stuff. And I listen to that and I'm thinking, wow, it's amazing. And what he's telling these women kind of sounds like how my father was talking to me as I was growing up. He would say, son, in order to have a good wife, you got to work hard, and to have a good family, you got to get a decent job. You got to work hard. You got to prove yourself. And if you can't do that, you don't deserve to have a wife. That's what my dad told me. He told me what I need to do to have a good wife. And it wasn't sit on your butt and she'll desire you. No, you better put in the work if you want to have this. If you want to have a wife, a family, and a place to live, you better get to working. And you better do this and better do that. You want that good wife, you need to put in the work. That high value wife, I got to put in the work, right? So it seems like this guy's reversed it, telling the women what they need to do to get the good man, right? Kind of backwards from what I've been taught. Now, he didn't say the same things that he's telling these women, but it's the same context, same strategy, same thing. How many times these women are told they need to do this, need to do that? The high value $100,000 man, he wants a supermodel girlfriend. You got to look good. You got to have a certain dress size. You got to do this, got to do that. Tell you what, I don't know. Money never made anybody. Well, it could make you high value because people will value you because you got money. I get it, but quality, no. Money don't make the man. I mean, it's character that does. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money and improve your economic status. As long as you're not worshiping money, that's fine. But I see it going backwards. So that goes back to that theory that black women are the alphas. I don't know. I don't live in the black community, but going off how he's talking to women, in my experience, how I was raised, and how we gotta to get that high value person, we gotta put in the work. I don't know, and maybe I'm just kind of reading into this. It's my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. You know, it's what it is opinion, but it just seems like it's likely it could be true. I'm just going to say that. And maybe that's why our marriages work. Maybe because we're both putting in the work. We're both trying to make it happen, so we do. And I'm looking at my marriage, and it's like, wow, me and my wife are constantly trying to do stuff for each other, trying to make things happen at the same time. And it's like, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. But I would just say to black women, you go anywhere you want. There are men that desire you in every group. And like I said, the only thing stopping black women from dating out, opening up their options, is black women. Guys will tell you that white men don't want you and all this other stupid crap. But if we didn't want you, we wouldn't be marrying you more often, would we? Numbers are increasing every day. So what's that tell you? And maybe not the numbers that you might think, but if you think about it, a lot of our neighborhoods, we're not around a lot of black people. And when I was dating, I wanted to date black women. I had to kind of go out of my way and kind of seek them out. And I did it because that's what I wanted. But you're very much desired. And I don't know why people would say that. They just to scare you so you don't open up your options, you don't date out. Because some men that are insecure could feel good that I guess they got access to all women. I don't know, maybe. But that's not being a man, having access to multiple women. A man's the one that takes care of the woman he's got, makes her his wife. That's what a man should be doing. And you should be dating to find your wife. And I'm traditional, and people say, well, that's the old way. And I say that a man should not touch a woman until he's married. And people think I'm nuts for that. What do you mean? We're not living in the Stone Age. We're not 16th century Puritans. What are you talking about? Well, it's biblical. And if you're okay with laying with the woman, then you should be okay with marrying her and helping raise the children that might come from it. But in so many cases, people sleep together and you get single mothers. Why? And then we turn around and blame the woman for that. Oh, she should have chose better. It's her responsibility. Really? Who do you think God is going to hold accountable? I tell you, it's the man. You're going to be held accountable. It's not the women. Sorry. It's not her responsibility to make the choices. You as a man should be strong enough to do the right thing. And I understand the sexual desire, and we're wired that way. I get it, but there's a time and place for everything. And with random people is not the place. It's within marriage. Once you're married, you do that all day, and it's great. And you know what? It's much better when you're with someone you love than random people. I'm just saying. But people get caught up in that, and that's why they don't get married. They live a life of lust, and you know what? When they're old, in their 50s, trying to hit on that 25-year-old woman at the club, and just realize when they should be, at their house with the barbecue with their kids and grandkids. Well, maybe not grandkids at 50. Some have them. I have grandkids at 50, but I'm just saying you should be home with your family. You should be doing family things. When you get 50s and 60s, you shouldn't be out dating. You should be being a father and grandfather by then. But, I can rant all day with about this, but the best choice is black women, white men. It really is. And black women, you have that option. And it don't have to be a white man. You can go Asian, Hispanic. Um, think those combinations be good too. I've seen positive things there. We don't have as much data because it's newer, but men of different races, they see you, they know you're beautiful and you're unique, you're different. And Loren said in one of her videos where she was talking about traveling that you go where there's not many black women, you're something different, you're new, they're curious. And in those places, they find black women very beautiful. And I've heard in Europe they go crazy for them. I don't know. I mean, well, they go crazy for them here in America, but people try to suppress that and they try to hide the truth. They try to hide the stats. They try to hide all that stuff. Hey, Revolutionary Ruth, how are you doing? So I'm just saying, I just wanted to dig into that stereotype. And why is one group so scrutinized? Why is black women so shamed for dating, marrying out? Why is that a thing? I know not all people do it. I know it's probably, the weirdos, the insecure ones, but it's just I hear it too much. It's like, why? When you're the group doing it the most. I mean, I don't know. It don't make sense to me. And Asian women are the the biggest group of women to date and marry out. They marry more white men than Asian men, right now statistically. But you don't see Jackie Chan going on and say, leave our women alone, quit fetishizing Asian women. Nobody ever talks about men fetishizing Asian women, do they? Or is that even possible? Or is it just the white man with black women? Maybe that's the only way it can happen. I don't know. I guess we hold a monopoly on that, but nobody talks about that. I could go out and date Asian women, no one could care less. Nothing would be said. I date Hispanic women, nobody care. But black women, okay, now it's a thing. And black women, you ain't allowed to date out nobody. You're stuck. So I'm just saying, according to what these haters say. But and I like to put this out there, and I like to say nice things about black women when people are turning them down, and I like to show my marriage. I'm in an interracial marriage and it's working. Where are those swirling gone wrong guys doing a story on me? I'm waiting. You can interview me. I'll tell you how my marriage is going. It's going great. Yeah. We have kids. Yeah. And somebody gave me a comment and says, well, what if, or I don't know if it's directed to me or black women. What if you had a biracial son and he didn't like you? I'm like, what? I got a biracial son. And he loves me and he loves his mom. I mean, he's doing well. I got 3 biracial kids. They all love us, me and my wife. There's no issues. But we didn't train them where they have to identify with the group. They just be themselves. And my kids, my oldest daughter's 26, my son's 24, and my youngest is 20, my youngest daughter. I mean, there's been no issue, but we didn't teach them to have an issue. If they want to be called white, black, I don't care. They're my kids and I love them. But it'll never happen. Yeah. It is all nonsense. Swirling gone wrong. Yeah, I watch those videos and I'm like, okay, you find one case that goes bad, yeah, you're going to find it. If you dig, you'll find a failed marriage in every group. And but that don't make sense. Why would you do that? That'd be like me going into black couples and saying, don't do it because I found one that don't work. Or 2 white people, yeah, they shouldn't date together because, oh yeah, I found one that don't work. Really, why don't you analyze the numbers and the stats and tell me what's the better choice? What's the better choice? If black women and white men are not successful, show me the numbers. But the numbers show the opposite. I mean, that's where it makes sense, is showing data, showing numbers, you know, and you could get more of a story. Now, not everybody's going to work. Not everybody's going to be successful. But if you look at the stats, you know, if you look, like I talk about the education thing, right? I said black women are the most educated group in America. Okay. Statistically, that's true. Are there some black women that aren't educated at all? Yeah, sure. There's some that never went to college and don't care to. Yes. But if you look at it as a group and go by the numbers, most of them are in college. And that says a lot about the group. That says a lot about black women. So how can you attack black women when they're doing that? How can you? You can't. And we talk about business. I did a video on that. You can't attack. How can you attack them? You look at interracial marriages. With black women is successful. Why? It takes two. I mean, my marriage with my wife, it it's working because she's an awesome wife. It, I had to have something to do with it too. I have to be faithful and do my job, but takes two. But statistically, I'd be better off if I was a young 20-year-old guy getting married. I would have a better chance of a successful marriage right now, according to the numbers, marrying a black woman as a white man. It's fact. It's true. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should go for this dynamic. You go where you want to. You date and marry who you want to. There's good and bad in every group. I'm just saying, by the numbers, that's the best group. And it needs to be countered because there's a lot of negative, a lot of crap out there that people are pushing forward. And it's garbage. And some of this comes from black people. So it just, that even baffles my mind. Why would you tear down a group? And I'll say this. My preference is black women, always has been. But you know what? I don't hate white women. I still have love and respect for them. Why wouldn't I? I still wish the best on them. And the other group of interracial group, black women, white men, or black men, white women, I wish the best for them too. I want their marriages to last too. I want everybody's marriages to last. I don't have no hate for them. And you know what? When I go and watch a video of a black man with his white wife, you know what I do? I watch. And I do it just curious what they're going to say, what their perspective is, and how they came about, getting together and stuff. It's interesting. But you know what I do? I just listen. I might throw a thumbs up, or maybe even do a comment, say, God bless you, I hope your marriage goes strong. And I move about my business. But I have some trolls that come in and that'll say all kinds of crazy stuff when I do my video. Why? Is it just they're just trolls and they like doing that and they just like to spread the hate? I don't know. But why would they do that? Do they just hate my message so much? And where is it coming from? I don't know. I think we know, but I'm not going to say it. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that tonight. And I would just say everybody should open up their options. That don't mean you should do it. You should find out, first of all, learn about that person, vet them, okay? Because there are many beautiful people out there that are not quality people to marry. I'm just going to say it. There are beautiful women out there that don't make good wives. So you got to get past that. There are beautiful women that are fun to be with that won't make good wives. So you got to vet. You got to go deep with it. You got to find out, what do they want in life? Are they what do they feel about families? What do they think about that? You know, what do they feel about having children? What do they feel about faith? Is she a woman of faith? Does she believe in God? Does he? You know, what do they believe about family? Do they want to get married? Or they just want to kick back for now and then, do that married thing later on? I'm just saying you got to find out. And a lot of times people will tell you what they're about. Just talking to them, sometimes they'll uh they'll throw up those red flags for you. If you're dating someone, oh well, I'm not looking to get married yet, you know, but they're okay with having sex with you without that marriage. Hmm. That's combination for disaster. If they're not ready to get married, then they shouldn't be ready to lay down with you. I'm just saying. But in our society, we think that's the way it is. You dating, you have to have sex because you're dating. And I'll go out there and say, no, you should wait till you're married. And people look at me like I'm crazy, lost my mind. This is men and women look at me like, what? We no, they don't believe that happen. You're not that they can do that. But maybe that's why our society is messed up. Maybe that sexual relationships ain't valued in marriage like they should be. Maybe that's why we got children out of wedlock. Maybe that's why. And and what's crazy is you see it all over. And a lot of times I believe it's men's fault a lot of times because men will lie to women, make them think that they want more than they actually do. Um and then turn around and say choose better. I heard one woman say, you know what? It was funny. I was looking at YouTube. One woman says, you know what? How can you guys tell us to choose better when you won't be better? It makes sense, right? Um, so that's why vetting is very important these days, because there's no accountability. If a man sleeps with you and gets you pregnant, he has no ties to you. Yeah, they'll come after him for some child support, but you know how much you're going to get? It depends on their income. They're only going to give you a percentage. And how expensive is it to raise kids? I had 3 kids, and I'm telling you, they're very expensive. I paid a lot of money for my kids through the years. Still paying. Kids are not cheap. And if you want to raise them right, just giving them the basics, feeding them, the clothing, uh, and babies, that's expensive. The diapers, the formula, and all that stuff. Whew, you know, and I always had a decent job and stuff, but it's expensive. It costs a lot. And then when they grow up and you want to make sure they get a head start in life and send them to college, oh my God. Now you're talking, thousands of dollars, in a decent university. What's it cost? They're like 40, 50,000. I mean, I've spent thousands of dollars, and my daughter got, she's gotten academics. Well, both my daughters, they get academic scholarships, and still I'm paying out. It's just crazy, you know. The one I never understand is divorcing after 25 or 30 years. Yeah, I don't understand that either. I think somebody hits a midlife crisis. You think if and what you're saying is true. If you're married 25 or 30 years, I can't see how anybody can do that. I can't. I mean, gosh, I've only grown to love my wife even more. I mean, man, we're going to be together till we don't walk the earth no more. Yeah, I think I'm getting some trolls in here. I don't know. Do you guys know what that vortex or whatever those codes are that come across? I don't know. I think it's trolls because they're putting like I don't know. It's weird stuff. I get some of that on my videos and stuff. And guys, if you see that spam on my videos or lives, don't open it up. People like to send spam in there, and I've reported it to YouTube over and over. But sometimes it just still leaks in. Yeah, it's porn. Don't click it. I get those spam messages all the time, and they'll have a name on there too. Uh, and I report it to YouTube all the time, and it's gotten better, but it still leaks out. Sometimes they get it in there. So I mean, just be aware of that. Um, it's a meditation channel. Okay. I got the other day. Yeah. Just be careful, guys. If you see something that looks weird, don't click it. It's spam. And if it says it'll say something like I have some pics or something, or it'll say this is just what I need or something like that. It'll have some woman's face on it. It's spam. People put that in there, and what it does is it takes you to a porn site or something. So just be aware of that. Um, you see that? Those are not subscribers. Those are not people that watch this show. It's just somebody sending spam. That's all it is. Uh, it happened to me. We were married 24 years. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, sorry to hear that. That's messed up. Yeah, I mean marriages can last for years and then sometimes end. I Oh, there's another one. This one here. What does that mean, guys? Do you know? Is this a troll? Are you a troll? Laureen Bryan? I'm gonna put you in timeout because I don't know what that is. I think it's a troll. All right. Who? Yeah, I don't know who that is. But anyway, but yeah, just beware of that. And what I say to you guys, open up your options. I'm not saying date out, just do it. No. Vet that person and everybody has their preference. And if you want to get to know other groups of men or women, reach out, find out, get to know them, find out the truth, because there's a lot of stereotypes. Okay, um, for all of us, we all got some kind of stereotype attached to us, and people that haven't been around us sometimes think that's how we are. Um, you know, but I just wanted to clear this up that our marriages are very successful and we do good. And not all of them work, of course, but not all marriages work. Um, it only takes one to destroy a marriage. It takes two to make it work. And a lot of marriages, sadly, you got one person doing the right thing, putting all the effort in, and you got one person that lets it fall apart or goes astray. Oh, here we go. Hey, Loren.
Hey, Brent.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I'm just decided to go live and talk about this issue. Interracial relationships and how black women are scrutinized so much, and then us as white men, we're the boogeyman in the room that
Yeah.
fetishize, eat mayonnaise, and you know.
You know what? I came on just because I wanted to ask you really quickly. I definitely would love to have you on my channel because this is a topic I wanted to talk about coming up very soon.
Okay, yeah, sure. Just let me know
There's a
when.
whole lot of boogeyman talk going on and all this. I just see because you know what it is. I think that this is picking up I don't know, just very quickly and a lot faster and a lot more. And I just see like an active I see people actively trying to scare, to fear monger. I see an active fear mongering happening. So I would love to have you on so we can talk about that on my channel for sure.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I could do that. Now Sundays I'm completely off, so I can Sundays. Well, this Sunday I'm not because it's the holidays, but Sundays I'm usually off. Um, I do get a day off each week. I get two normally, but this time of year is just crazy for me.
Yeah, it's holiday time.
But yeah, anytime you want, just let me know,
Okay.
and I can look at my schedule and talk to you, and we could coordinate a day.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. It'll
I could
probably be.
go ahead.
I was gonna say it'll probably be sometime like in the next 2 weeks or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah. By that, once Christmas is over, I have more options on that type of thing. But I'm free every night if you want to do a late night. But you being on the East Coast is it's really late where you're at. So
Yeah, and I'm juggling a lot here too. So
yeah.
I try to time manage, try to practice more better time management. But you seem like you were kind of venting tonight too, and like ranting a little bit.
I was kind of because I get this stuff out there and it just I don't know it's just I just want to put forth the truth
Hmm.
and I see this stuff. Of course there's going to be haters that show hate towards me. Um but they're sending that they're trying to portray a message, with the fear and the hate and like, us as white men are such monsters. And
Hmm.
and there are evil white men, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we're all wonderful people, but you know what? We're all not that bad. In fact, and I've never been harassed for dating a black or being married to my wife. Now
Hmm.
back in the day I was teased. That was about the worst of it.
Hmm.
Um but it wasn't nothing hateful like, you might see it, I don't know. And maybe where I live cuz people really never cared about interracial. It wasn't really a thing,
Yeah.
you know. But I found out in the army, different places feel a little different than they do out here in New Mexico.
Hmm.
My wife kind of, but even that it was never, I don't know. But there's such a message and I don't know why they're trying to stop it. You can't stop it. It's one of those things. And millennials, they're not even listening to you. They're like, they just do what they want.
Yeah.
And we're seeing the numbers increase, and the success rate is amazing.
Hmm.
It really is. And I like to tell my story, and I'll show my wife, and we'll talk about. We're over 27 years of marriage.
Yeah.
My youngest is 20. My kids are adults now,
Hmm.
and my oldest has two children. Well, one and one on the way, but I mean, we've been through it. I could tell you about interracial relationships. I could tell you the experiences I have
Hmm.
and how it worked, and it's not as difficult as people make it out to be. Like, they make it sound like you're going to be harassed just going to the store, or no,
Hmm.
you're not.
Yeah.
Most
They
people
also
really don't care.
I know, and they make it sound like it's like some sort of science project, right? Like they make it seem like there's something, I don't know, this is some sort of exotic animal that they're trying to study and find all sort of facts and figures about. And I'm just like, we work because we work. There's reasons why we work, but I think a lot of people are looking way too deep into it.
Yeah.
And I think mostly people just have a problem with it because they just don't like this dynamic. And I I have my theories about that, but we're gonna talk about that later. But I just think for the most part, it's just a whole lot of hate. Just a whole lot of hate.
Thanks, Ness. Is your wife AA African American? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, AA is African
Oh,
American.
okay, yeah. Well, she's black, yes. Um, I yeah. When they say African American, because some people like from Africa or African descent. She is black though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, African American just means like not from the islands, not from like you're westernized at
Oh, okay.
American. Hmm.
Like from American black woman, you
Right.
might say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of
Yeah.
people like, do not understand some people do not understand the difference. Like American black people we don't have the culture that the islands have. We don't have the culture that Nigeria has. We don't have the culture that like Jamaica has. Those are black people, but those are totally different cultures. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's why the distinction is important because it's a different kind of person.
Yeah. Yeah. I know there's a lady I work with is from Africa, and she has a problem with black people saying African American, and I don't know because she says I'm actually from there, and you guys use that term,
Yeah,
but
but that's stupid though because
yeah, I know. I'm just saying it don't matter to me how it's used. I mean,
that's
I
stupid though.
understand that,
I get
but
it. Like, no, we're not African. Like, we don't have African culture, but I mean, that's where we're from. Like, I
it's
mean,
where
I don't
you
know what else you want us
originated.
to
Yeah,
say. Yeah, what else? Where else should we say? I mean, anybody can come to America and be American. Like a Japanese person can come to America and they're American. So it's
yeah,
not wrong to call them Japanese American, even if they were born and raised here. You're still correct to call them Japanese American.
yeah,
But like,
yeah.
yeah, that's really weird. That's kind of weird, but whatever. That made me laugh,
Okay,
Brent. That made
okay.
me.
No, I'm just, I
What
just,
else did I say? Like, what else can Am I Mars American?
yeah. No,
Well, I didn't wanna... go ahead, Brent. I'm sorry.
oh no, I just said, yeah. Well, in our country, we're every group of people on the earth is here in America.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why this interracial relationships is just going to get more and more because we live together. You know what? We're going to end up. And here's the thing. I played a video a while back, and I don't know if you remember it. It's about a housing development. I think it was in Pennsylvania back in the 50s, and it was a middle class white community, and a couple black families moved in,
Hmm.
and they had some racial issues, and some of the people were okay with it and some were against it, and
I didn't
yeah,
see it.
so
I need
I
to
lost
go
my
check it
train of
out.
thought. Yeah, it was a housing development, and they were integrating this housing development, and it was in the
Hmm.
50s, and
Hmm.
some people were for it, some were against it. um Gosh, I forgot what I was going. I had a point on this. I forgot what. Lost my train of thought.
Maybe you were going to say that, like, eventually, even though some people were against it, like
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
integrating was happening.
Yeah, I'm glad. Okay, now you got me right back. Oh man, I'm having. Yeah, and what happened is, it wasn't that the whole neighborhood was against it, because some people were like, "Leave them alone, let them live there." They they bought the house, let them have it. And others were like,
Mhm.
"No," and one lady was like, they'll lower our land value, and then she was saying, and then our kids will play with their kids, and they'll look at each other as equals, and then they'll go off and marry each other.
Oh.
Yeah, she made that statement, and I've seen like old videos of stuff like that, people that were for segregation, and that was a lot of their points, was like, well, if we let our kids play together, they're going to marry each other. And that was one of
Mm.
their fears, and you know what? They're absolutely right,
Yep.
because when we live together, we get to know each other. When we're kids, we play together, so we don't look at each other as less than,
Mhm.
or we just look at them like friends. Hey, we're friends. And then you grow up, and then you become, from boys and girls, you become men and women. Then you're attracted to each other, and guess what? You got that friendship early on, turns into dating and a marriage, and it
Mhm.
absolutely, that's absolutely what's going on. And people that are trying to stop it, you can't,
Mhm.
because you're going to be attracted to who you want to be attracted to. You're going to fall in love with who you want to fall in love with. And, you know, and we're around other people, we're going to be attracted to other people. They say, well, it's natural to be attracted to your own race. Well, yeah, but it's natural to be attracted to a woman, period, as a
Mhm.
man, and woman the other way too, Um,
Boom.
and that was kind of my point on tonight, is like, hey, leave it alone. Let people interracially, let them have it.
Mm.
And black women should be allowed to, more than any group. They have every right, because in the black community, most black men, well, I'm not most black men, but the biggest group of people that interracially date and marry out are black men. So
Mhm.
that puts their community at an imbalance. And if you're going to shame them for doing what you're doing, and I'm not saying all, because a lot of the ones that are doing it don't care if, because like I was saying earlier, you know, most of the friends I have that are black are married to white women or Hispanic women. And
Mhm.
and my wife told me that, and I was like, wow, you're right. I don't even think about that thing.
Mhm.
We grew up together, and it's like, and it makes sense where I live, because the biggest population at number one is Mexican, which is like 40 some, and then close second is white, and then I think Native American, and then black, and when I
Mhm.
think there's more black people than Native American. I don't know. I'd have to look at the stat, but what I'm saying is that's mostly what they have, so it makes sense where you live,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But um, I just found that curious, because I was like, because I'm thinking, when I go online and I'm getting these trolls, I'm like, wait, the people I'm around don't say stuff like that to me, but that's YouTube's YouTube.
Yeah,
But
it's really the social media space, and it's also like, it's like online and in multiple places, and just like kind of like in society in general. And also you have like I think one of the biggest problems is when you have like big platforms like Kevin Samuels,
uh-huh.
who praises white women all day, and Tommy Sotomayor, who praises white women all day, and those sort of men that constantly compare black women and white women all the time. I think it's to intentionally to intentionally sow division, so that we just don't get along and we don't like each other with the constant comparison.
Yeah, I don't see how that would solve any problems, though.
It's not meant to solve any problems. It's meant to keep our confidence down so that
Oh, okay.
we feel like we don't have any options.
So
We
you
feel
stay
like,
with
yeah, we feel like we're underneath of everyone else, and we have to stay in one place.
well, you
It's just
don't.
a tactic.
Yeah, but you know what? I've talked to black women through email, and I've had a few say, you know what, white men treat me like a queen. They treat me really
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
One lady was like, I dated this guy, and it was like amazing how he treated me.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I had a couple people tell me that, and I'm like, well, if they're like me, yeah, you're going to get that treatment, because and like I like Cynthia G talks about, hey, this is your preference. How do you treat your preference?
Mhm.
And I thought about that. I'll show you my preference, and I'll show you how I treat my preference.
Mhm.
I'm with my preference forever. Marriage,
Mm.
that's the woman I lift higher than any woman on earth.
Mhm. Absolutely. And she says, which this is true. Love is an action. It's a verb. It's an action word. Like is a verb. It's an action word. So if you love somebody, if you like somebody and you love them, and you want to, you can't just say that they're the best, they're the best, they're the best, and
Yeah.
you give them the same crap, you give them the same mess, you give them the same. There's no reason for them to have. I mean, it doesn't make sense for as much as black men date out for their, divorce rates to be as high as they are.
Yeah.
It's like, why? What is up with that? But
I I don't know. I think it's because it's so easy. I
mhm,
I think there's not much vetting. They just jump in and do it.
Mhm.
They just go for it. Man, she's fine, he's fine, and bam, we're in. And then
Mhm.
next thing you know, it's not working. Well,
Yeah.
you didn't get to know the person, you
Right.
know? And
Exactly. And that's the thing. If I feel like if most people took the time to actually get to know the person, um, like marriages would actually work. Marriages would actually last longer. And I kind of think that's my idea on why white men and white women marriages fail so bad. Because I think they kind of have the same problem. Like they give each other the benefit of the doubt for both being of the same race. They can kind of trust that this is a decent person. Oh, they're white, and they just don't really vet. Because I've
yeah,
had
it could be.
so many white men tell me that even white women like they will always say that, like it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, my first marriage was the practice marriage, like I didn't think that was going to last. Oh, like I knew I shouldn't have married him, but I already sent the invitations out, like they
Oh
already,
yeah,
it's over before it even starts.
yeah, yeah. I mean, our marriages are horrible, and
Mhm.
like I said, I can't point the finger at black people for 1 out of 4 women getting married when our marriages just flat fall apart.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something that's got to be done,
Right.
and I think where black women, white men marriages are being successful is because we're vetting, we're doing the work,
Hmm.
where otherwise we're not. And I look at it how our culture is. In my culture, the so-called white culture, the man is you know supposed to work and take care of everything, and women are kind of cuddled. There are princesses. We take care of them, and even with my daughters, I've pampered them and treated them like that. That's what we do. Um,
Hmm.
and I think they were success because I was training them to be traditional women. But then
Hmm.
my wife, she's into education and stuff, and she put that, I guess, black woman's touch in there, and they're
Hmm.
both like professional and traditional,
Hmm.
and that's
And they
kind
have
of
the best of both worlds. And that's something that I
yeah.
want to talk to you more about because, there is this belief like black women are very discouraged from going, higher education and things like that. But I always say, being that it is just the way that it is in this country, most black women grow up in poverty. How do you expect us to get above the line of poverty? How do you expect
Edu-
us to
yeah.
get a better life? So it's like we have that mindset, you have your mindset, and to be completely honest, black women are just not, we're not groomed to be princesses. We're just not. It's just not possible. Like we
Ye-
just, it's totally different culture.
yeah,
Totally
no, it is.
different culture.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's why it works because we're expecting to take care of everything, and then the woman's trying to make it happen too. And it's like I said, in my marriage with my wife, is like we hit the ground running. It was
Mm-hmm.
like we just were on a mission,
Mm.
and it just fell into place. It was, and I just think we just complimented each other all the way, and just were
Yeah.
taking care of each other, and it was a powerful thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think you're right, and and like I said, that's why I think black women is the best choice. I mean, and and for people to say that they're not wanted, well, look at my marriage, and the trolls will go in there and compare me to a 20-year-old. Well, yeah, okay, but I've been married almost 30 years, guy. What are you talking about? But
What do you say? You compare you to a 20-year-old?
no, he was just saying, well, black women don't want you and this and that. I said, well, I'm married. Okay, that's fine. Um, I got the one I want, so okay.
Mhm.
That that's not my that's not what it's about.
Mm.
But what I'm saying is, when I was young, I wanted to be with black women. I did. I was attracted to them. And then I got to know them, and I there was, a couple that weren't for me, and I learned, but gosh, man, I look back and the experience was actually pretty positive.
Mhm.
And it led to my marriage, and that's been a blessing from heaven all the way. And I just want to put that message because my messages ain't being put out, but the stats are
Mhm.
putting it out.
Mhm.
Um, I'm still waiting for the swirling gone wrong on my end. I know if something did go wrong, I'd be front page. Yeah, this guy, yeah, he always
Yeah.
said this. Yeah, they would be having a field day, wouldn't they?
Yeah, yeah, they have to, they look. I'm definitely gonna, talk about that on my channel as well. I feel like I can help them find failed swirlers because if it's one thing that I know and that most Black women know is that white men are not perfect. We know you're imperfect human beings, just like we're imperfect human beings. You're not all good. You're not all. A lot of the people think that like we deify white men and we praise white men, and I'm like, y'all, we're just even we're just now starting to even be comfortable even looking outside of our own race. So like how are
Yeah,
we deifying white men when we've never even, and I feel like we've always had the option to date out. We just didn't want to. We just, we're so um we're just so much more comfortable with where we're at and familiar with where we're at that we just didn't even think that it was an option. Most of us, like you always say, most of us did not even think that it was an option.
yeah,
Like we just are comfortable in our comfort zone. It's like we're only just now really starting to take off with this. So I'm like, how do we get from, newly divested to turning white men into gods? That is so stupid. Like that's one of the that's one of the like things I'm hearing more and more is that like you praise white men, you praise and worship them, and I'm like, no, we don't.
no,
It's so stupid. Like it's just like yeah, it's like they're trying to find anything.
yeah, yeah. That's what they do. I No, what it is you guys are just opening your option to say, okay, what's this group like?
Mhm.
They're just a man, another man. Okay, this man's a little lighter complected than the other one, but
Mm.
he's just a man.
Yeah.
And some people are finding love with that other man, so they're saying, "Hey, well, if it's working here, maybe I had to look here." That's all it is.
Yeah. Very simple. I don't think it's that deep at all. I don't think we need all the statistics, all the stats. I think sometimes the stats help, but
Yeah,
I think that it's just like what you said. Most straight men are attracted to women. And most
yeah,
straight men can tell what a beautiful woman is, and a woman that they're attracted to, they go for the woman that they're attracted to. And, it's really just as simple as that. So,
yeah.
Brett, I'm gonna jump off, and I'll definitely be emailing you because I think
Okay,
I think we can have a great live on this discussion because I want to kind of go in, kind of like dive deeper on that.
okay. Yeah, I do too. I'll be looking some stuff up and stuff, and
Hmm.
this would be a good subject to talk on. I wanted to dig into it tonight because I'm like, wait a minute, it ain't what you guys are saying. No,
Hmm.
I'm just like, ooh, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I like putting the positive message out, and you know. But yeah, we'll definitely, yeah, send me an email and I'll email you back and I'll look at my schedule and you look at yours and we'll find a day we can do this and it'll be nice. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, and I've
All
been watching your channel.
right.
It's really you got good content. Man, I enjoy it. And I don't comment a lot cuz a lot of times I'm listening to
Hmm.
your lives while driving home from work, but I'm just like, wow, the stuff you come up with just and your travel. That I like your travel tips.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
it's awesome.
that was one of the first times I ever like realized what Black women were missing out on. Just because, like I said, we stay in our comfort zone, we just tend to do that. And we're
Yeah.
just so much more comfortable going to Jamaica or Dominican Republic, and we just don't go to places like, the kind of things I had in that video. And you're really missing out. Woo, you're missing out.
Yeah.
There's some.
I I wanted to go in. I wanted to go on your video and say, you know what? Yeah, Japan's nice. I've been there, but I'd rather go to Jamaica. Just say,
Yeah. Well,
No, but
you and your wife can go to Jamaica.
yeah, there you go. But Japan is nice.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been there. It's expensive, but it's a nice place. Um, People are pretty friendly and stuff, and a lot of sea out there and stuff. I don't know if you ever been there, but you're right. There ain't many black women in Japan. When I was there, I was actually stationed there in the military for a couple years, and the only place I seen black women is on base or out in Tokyo,
Mhm.
in a place called Tokuri, where uh, no, it wasn't Tokuri. That's Korea. I don't know. I'm getting it mixed up. I'm trying to think of the place in Tokyo, but it was a place where people, would come through that were traveling that like people from Europe or Asia or different countries
Some
and
popular
stuff.
tourist destinations.
Yeah, it was a tourist destination,
Mm.
and I have to think about it. I mean, I'll remember, but we used to go there and we, you know, meet up with people from Europe and stuff, and Americans were there. That's the only place I could see black women, except on base. They were in the military, but
Mm.
other than that, but it's kind of weird. You walk around Tokyo and all you see is Japanese. It's kind of, in America, you'll see some black people, white people, Hispanic. It's all different, but there it's just all Japanese except you. You're like a turd in a punch bowl. It's like, but I had a good time there. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's nice there.
Yeah, you're in Japan. All you see is Japanese people.
Well, yeah, but you're not used to that being in
I
America.
know.
It just, because if you walk around New York, you're going to see all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
Uh, but anyway, uh, yeah, we'll do that live, Loren. Just let me know, and when we get together, send me the link, and we'll it'll be fun.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to it. If you're still gonna stay on live, I'll be listening. I'll be in the chat.
Okay, I'm not going to be on too much longer. Uh, I got to go to work in the morning. I've been on an hour and a half. I think I got most of my rant out. I'll leave the link in there. If somebody else wants to come on, they can. I'll leave that option. But if not, I'm going to close it out and get ready for work the next day. But hey, Loren, it's good having you on. Uh, hey, you guys, that was Loren. Check out her channel, hashtag Black Woman. Um, a good channel. She's got a lot of good content and stuff. So check her out. Go over there, show her some love, give her, subscribe and give her some likes and stuff. And anyway, guys, if you guys want to come on, the link's up there. I'll leave it open for a few minutes, and then I'm going to close this live here pretty soon. And but my point is tonight is open up your options, lottie dottie, everybody. Okay, be with who you want to be with, and don't let no one steer you astray. Okay, there's a lot of stereotypes, a lot of generalizations, and you don't know how that man or woman is till you get to know them, and you might be surprised how amazing they are. Um, when I got to know black women when I was dating, it was just they were awesome, and I seen good qualities black women have, and I talk about it all the time, and I do it a lot. And the reason I keep hammering it, how wonderful black women are doing, the reason I keep saying it, I don't have to say it. People know how I feel, but the reason I do is I want that to get out. I want to kind of combat the negative because the negative is crap. It's just people out there spewing, hate and garbage. And, I just want to put out the positive image because black women, you're amazing. And like Loren said, a lot of you guys come from, you know, the economic situation ain't all that great. And you guys make it happen. And you got to, you know, improve and make progress, and you're doing it. You're outdoing everybody with less resources. Okay. And I just want to put that out there. And I'm just telling you why I chose to go the route I did. And I've been blessed in every way because of it. Um, and I do have love for black women. Black women have been part of my life for most of my life. And well, my wife's black, so that shows you how much I love black women. When I say it, I have the backing. Okay, my life back, my life and my choices back up what I say. So, but anyway, but my whole point is date out who you want to, and the options are out there. Just make sure you vet. Okay, takes more than just attraction and having fun with somebody. Okay, you got to know the whole person because when you get together, and especially in the marriage, you know what, that person's either going to make your life wonderful or make your life a disaster. Okay. um like my father always says, you marry the wrong woman, your life will be, you'll have a hard life, but you marry the right one, you'll live in paradise. uh thank you. Thanks, Loren, I appreciate it. Thanks, Winning. Uh, Thanks, Ness. Appreciate it. J10, good to see you. Natasha, Corey. Hey, Corey. How's it going?
Hello, Brent.
How you doing?
Oh, doing good.
Oh, that's good. How's your son doing?
Oh, he's doing great.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, he did overwork himself though. He was carrying a lady out of the house, and
Oh man.
so he pulled some muscles and stuff. But I told him he needs to hit the gym and turn into an animal.
Yeah. Well, he
He-
might be one. He might be one after this. All the work he's doing.
well, I told him if he's going to start packing people, he better get some legs grown out of his shoulders so he's built for it.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to be a little bit bigger.
It,
But
I'm glad he's doing good. I was watching that stuff in Kentucky, and oh my goodness! And I think didn't it tear into like 200 miles that tornado traveled?
it was
Something
ugly. There's
crazy.
there's 100 people or somewhere right around that number that died.
Oh yeah, that's devastating. That's sad. I hate to.
And that was
Holy.
his first tornado because we don't have them in Oregon.
Yeah.
It freaked him out.
Yeah. I bet.
I mean, we don't get earthquakes, nothing. We get
Yeah.
rain and occasional, you know, occasional ice, but it's rare.
Yeah. You know what? It's crazy. I've lived well in the military. I've lived in Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, um, and I've seen some tornadoes out there. But the first place I saw a tornado, believe it or not, is Colorado. And
Hmm. Is
I
that
was
up there,
training.
right above Denver, up in there?
No, it was down south.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was down towards the New Mexico Colorado border.
Oh, wow.
We were training down there when I was in the army, and out there, it's kind of flat desert everywhere. But it was a hot day, and then it got cloudy, and it wasn't a real big one, but it came down. The clouds spun, and it hit the ground for a little while and lifted back up. I mean, it was nothing big, but I seen one. That's the first one I saw in Colorado, and that was amazing to me because I grew up in New Mexico all my life, New Mexico and Arizona, and we don't see that stuff. I know they do happen in those states. It's rare.
Yeah.
Well, eastern New Mexico they have them all the time, but even eastern Colorado, where it's flat before you hit the Rocky Mountains. But yeah, but when I was in Missouri, it was crazy because we had one that hit, and I was in Missouri at the time, and I was in a training unit, and it was around Christmas. Everybody left for Christmas, and our barracks area got hit with the tornado, and it flipped cars upside down, and uh, I think it was a level 3, so it wasn't the biggest one, but it did some damage, and we had to go out. It busted out windows,
Hmm.
and we had to go clean it out. And through the woods, it just left a trail, like it looked like someone went through a saw and just cut down trees. And it was weird. We found a place where there were like dead animals and stuff, and
Ooh.
yeah, it was pretty. I mean, I didn't see it happen, but the aftermath was pretty horrible. And I mean, we had to go with chainsaws, cutting down trees and clearing out roads and stuff. But yeah, those tornadoes can be devastating. But that one in uh, Kentucky, was that a level 5? It must have.
I don't know what the level was, but it did so much damage that it left people shaking.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of interviews, and when they were talking to the journalists, they were you could tell they were in a state of shock.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was just and yeah.
Oh, hey,
Well,
I wanted to ask you a question. Can
yes,
you
sir.
email, can you email me your mailing address? I want to send you something.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, okay. Well, send me the email you want me to send it to, because I think I sent you an email to your son because you used. Or do you want me to send it
Yeah, I
through?
got I got one email from you. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Yeah.
I can send you another one and give you both the emails if you want.
Yeah, I just want to send it to the one you'll get.
I
I'm
get them both. It's just, do I go check them?
yeah, that's me. I got so many emails. I do check the one on the channel though.
Yeah,
But the one doing with work, yeah, I can. Not worried. Not worried about that one. But no,
I hear
I
you.
yeah. But yeah, I'll send it to you, Corey.
Okay.
And you know what? I might send you something too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah. You've been off for a while. I might send you a little Christmas gift. Oh, speaking of that, hey guys, I put a post up there. I'm doing a jersey giveaway. Okay, after Christmas. And what I'm going to do is each show I'm going to give uh, a question, 5 questions, and then you just when you get all the answers, just send me an email, and whoever gets them right will win. And you can whatever jersey. It's got to be a professional sports team. It can't don't give me no you know Gooberville Ducks or some small team. But I'm talking like a professional sports team jersey. And if you win, I'll send you a jersey of your choice, whether it be
Brent,
football, baseball, basketball, hockey, or football.
this is going
Yeah.
to be one-sided because Thelma is an information guru. She just dug in. This is good. Okay, I'll just watch the winner. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. But I'm not going to ask tough questions. But each show I'll throw a question. And tonight's question is, okay, the name of my channel, okay, is Roadrunner 89 Network. There's a meaning why I chose that name. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what it is. And this is one of the questions. What does Roadrunner 89 Network mean? Okay. I'm going to break it down. Roadrunner is the state bird. The state I live in, the state bird is the roadrunner. The roadrunner is a bird that can fly but spends most of its time on its feet, can run up to 25 miles an hour. Um, the bird, eats bugs, lizards, and even eats rattlesnakes. Pretty amazing. Okay. That bird represents the desert Southwest, where I'm from. That's why I chose that name. Okay. And another amazing thing about the roadrunner is, okay, when the roadrunner mates, the male mates with the female, it mates with one female its whole life. If you guys didn't know that. And then the male helps the female with the nest and till the eggs are hatched. And that's the Roadrunner. It kind of represents my life in a way, where I'm from. Um, and my wife, I'm married to one woman my whole life. So kind of like the Roadrunner, huh? One mate the whole life. Okay. And then the 89 is the year I graduated high school. That's the year my life began, so sort of say. Okay. So that's why I threw 89 in there. And network is what this channel is about, networking. Okay, me talking to you back and forth. And a lot of my life, I, you know, getting jobs and, you know, helping other people get jobs. I've done it through networking, and I believe in networking. And true, not just jobs, but dating, networking. You know people, and it helps you out. So that's what it means, my channel's name. So that's question one. What does Roadrunner 89 network represent? Anyway, sorry.
That's all
Uh
right.
Trish is down below. Your devices need to be connected before I can bring you up.
I'm going to drop back to the chat, Brent.
Okay, Corey. Hey, thanks for coming on. And I'll send you that email, and I'll send you something back.
Okay,
How's that
buddy.
sound?
Sounds good.
All right. All right. Hey, thanks for coming on. Good talking to you, Corey.
Okay, bye for now.
All right. Bye. Talk to you later. Okay. That was Corey. Always good talking to him. He's awesome. And Loren always, man, she's awesome. Uh, but let me put this. Okay, it's back up there. There was someone named Trish trying to get on. You guys, when you come on, your microphone and your camera need to be put on, or you go to the avatar mode where it just shows a picture. You can do it either way, but those got to be connected before I could bring you up. Because I seen her trying to come on, but I couldn't bring her up because of that. So, but anyway, I'll give it a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna close it out. And I enjoyed doing this live tonight, guys. Um, I always enjoy talking to you guys. Yeah, the year I graduated high school. Yeah, I should have graduated in '88, but yeah. Well, first grade wasn't so wonderful, and I missed a lot of school. And well, my parents were teenagers. You get the thing. Um, I'll blame them for it. Yes. But yeah, that's what the Roadrunner 80. That's question one for the jersey giveaway. So you guys, any professional team, I'll send you a jersey if you win. There can only be one winner. Okay. I know I've given out hockey jerseys, and but you tell me what you want and the size too. Um, some of the jerseys I give out, I got an extra large, and so some of the ladies I give out to like 5'4" and skinny, and it didn't work too. Made a good pajama shirt, I guess, huh? Right? Uh but anyway, so that's question one. My next live or video, I'll put the next question till we get 5 questions, and you email the results, and either we'll have a runoff or I'll have a winner. There can only be one winner. Okay. But that's just my little way of just having some fun and stuff. And oh, by the way, don't let me forget, I'm going to do a movie review. And I gotta see where, well, I'll leave it up for another day. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to leave it up for another day. The movie you guys want me to do a movie review on. Okay, the choices were, and it's still on my community wall if you guys want to vote on it. The movies are Guess Who? That's at 18% right now. Lakeview Terrence, that's at 47. That leads the way. And the other one's Karina at 35%. So tomorrow sometime I'll be taking down that, and the winner of that movie you guys choose, I'll do a movie review on it. And if you guys want to be part of the movie review, come on the show and talk about it with me. You're more than welcome. Okay. If you want to do that, just email me. But you guys watch the movie Lakeview Terrence. And, well, yeah, watch that. You can watch Karina too. But it looks like Lakeview Torrance. We're going to do a movie review on that. Really good movie. It's got Kerry Washington in it, and anything she does is always awesome. She's a good actress, beautiful and real talented. And it has Samuel Jackson on there, and he plays like a police officer. That's a jealous guy because she's in an interracial relationship and stuff, and he don't like that. And yeah, somebody told me it's a true story. I have to look it up, but that would be a good movie. I am going to do a movie review on that, even if it don't win by tomorrow, but I think it will because the votes are going that way. And if you want to be part of that movie review, let me know. Also, there was another poll I put out. TV shows with black women. What is your favorite? More people picked Scandal at 42%. Number 2 was How to Get Away with Murder. And, well, Scandal's got Kerry Washington in it, too. It's a good series. And How to Get Away with Murder, that's really good. It's got Viola Davis in it. And the other 2 was Insecure. That didn't do as well. That was at 11%. And that's with Issa Rae. I wasn't really into that one. That one's all right, I guess. And the other one was Being Mary Jane, and that's with what's her name? Oh gosh, I can't think of her name. Gosh, what is Gabriella Union? Yeah. And she's a good actress too, really beautiful. But that was a series. I didn't really watch much of that, but I just throw that out there. That way you guys can vote on, have a little fun with it, And but you got my first question right for the Jersey giveaway. Next video, I'll put another question. Yeah, Viola is a good actress. Yes, Corey. Yeah, she Kerry Washington's great too. Gabrielle Union's good. Issa Rae, she's okay. Yeah, but I like Kerry Washington and Viola Davis too. Those are really good actresses. Those women are really good. Yeah. What will be the next video about? I don't know yet. I have to think about it. Sometimes on my videos, the topics I come up with are kind of spontaneous. Like the one tonight, I just saw some negativity on YouTube about interracial dating when it concerned black women, white men, and I just kind of went off that. I want to talk about it. It'll probably have something to do with the interracial relationships in some way because that's what this channel's about. I don't know exactly what it'll be yet, J10. But if you guys have anything you'd like me to talk about, just send me an email. I can, we can do that. Just as long as it ain't something crazy. But yeah, if you want me to do a video on something, send me an email. And if you want to be part of my live stream, you can too. If you guys want to come up and talk to me and do a show with me, I always leave that open too. Also, I want to get some mods. If you guys are interested in being a moderator, send me an email. And I can make that happen, but I got to know who you are. I can't go off the comment section because I'll get a troll in there and he'll just start deleting everything or doing something crazy. But if you're interested in being a moderator, just send me an email and I'll make it happen. If you're interested in that. And if you're a mod, I don't expect you to be on every show monitoring. That's just, you'll be a mod if you happen to be on the show, and you see a troll, you got the power to kick them off. Okay. Um, but anyway, I'm looking for a few moderators. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I do have awesome moderators already, but I want to add to the arsenal here. And but anyway, yeah, they do work. And you know what? Our we got a special thing going. Our interracial marriages, black women, white men. Um, we're tapping into something very special, and our stats are are very good, and our marriages are coming together nicely. And we're finding out, we make a good team when it comes to marriage, and it's lasting. And ladies, those of us white guys, a lot of us do have love for you. A lot of us do want to be with you. A lot of us do want to get to know you. And a lot of us ain't just in there to fetishize you and fantasize about you. A lot of us want to have a relationship with you. But, get to know us, vet us, and you make the decision. But, our marriages are lasting longer than other ones. You attract old white men more easily. I don't know if they're just passive GT. I don't know. A lot of times, white guys, they don't. Some of them might want to be with you, but they hesitate. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes white men can be passive like that and reserved, and a lot of times I try to get on them, get on their butt, as a whole. I mean, there's some white men that are just go for it, and some are hesitant. And you got to understand that the interracial dating thing is new for a lot of people, so they don't know what to expect. They don't know how to approach you. They don't even. A lot of them may think you just don't like them, so they might hesitate that way. Um, yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Um, I had a good time tonight, and I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope that I can give you some good information. I hope that you leave here being uplifted, and you know, and I enjoy having you on here. I enjoy you guys coming on, and you know, Loren and Corey coming on and talking to me. That was awesome. Enjoyed that a lot, and anyway, guys, I love you guys. I love talking to you, and I love spending time with you. Um, this YouTube thing is my hobby. This is what I do. Um, this nowhere pays the bills or nothing, but I'm not here for that. I got a job that does that. God give me a good job. So this I'm having fun with, and I just like talking to you. I like telling you how I feel and sharing my life story with you, and I hope that can be uplifting because interracial relationships do work. I've been married over 27 years, and me and my wife have a great marriage. And it worked out because we put each other first above society, above family, above friends, above everything. And that's what a marriage is. You uplift that person you're married to. And, but open up your option, guys, explore it. The most important thing ain't the race of person you pick, it's the character. It's the one that loves you, it's the one that celebrates you, and it's the one that uplifts you. And but anyway, guys, I love you guys. It's been an awesome night, and I'll see you on my next live. Um, I'll be going live again Friday. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be off Friday. That's one day I just remembered. So I'll be going live again Friday, and so be tuned in for that. I don't know what I'm going to talk about right now. I don't. I'm not really good on planning ahead on what I'm going to talk about because a lot of this just things that happen that I feel are important, kind of go off that. Um, but if you guys have any idea you want me to talk about, I can do that too. I'll do a movie review. I'm gonna go ahead and close this poll. Heck with it. I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna close it tonight. So the movie I'm gonna do a movie review on is and the winner is Lakeview Terrence. Terrence, is that how you say it? Terrance. I'm going to do a movie review on that. So watch that movie, and Sunday evening, I'll have my prayer meeting in the middle of the day, but that evening I'll do a movie review on Lakeview Terrance. So watch that movie, and if you want to come on and do the movie review with me, you can. I'll allow up to 3 people to come up and join me if you want. If not, I'll just do it and talk about it. But watch the movie Lakeview Terrance. Okay, it's a good movie. And Sunday evening we'll do a movie review. You could find that probably on Stars, or they might even show it. You can find it on YouTube. Any of the movie channels, you could probably find it. It's an older movie, but it's a really good one. I really enjoyed it. That's like one of my favorite movies. That and Something New, those were really good movies. But anyway, check that out, Terrance, or Lakeview Terrance. We'll do a movie review on that Sunday evening, and then the prayer meeting, we'll do that also. That'll probably be later too, because I got to work Sunday again. Gosh, they're killing me with that Sunday stuff. But those will probably be in the evening, the prayer meeting and the movie review. So look forward to that. And the times, I don't have the times yet. That's just as soon as I get off work, I'll make that happen. But Friday, I'll be going live probably about 5 o'clock in the evening. Probably be 7 o'clock Eastern time Friday. So I'll go live around that time. Yeah, Amazon Prime might have it. Yeah, you could find it. I don't know who. I'll look around and maybe I'll post where it's at. But anyway, guys, have a good night. It was good talking to you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your kind words, your comments. In the past, thank you for your prayers with my daughter and my brother. And, they're both doing good. And, my daughter's expecting another child. And, if you don't know, she's dealing with a tumor also. They've been able to shrink it a bit. So hopefully she don't have to do surgery. But they can't do nothing till she delivers, till the baby's born. So, say a prayer for my daughter. And I told you guys about my brother. He's going to be losing his leg. He was in a bad accident in Atlanta. And, he's lucky to be alive. But, he's going to lose his leg. And it just shattered the knee so bad they can't repair it. But say some prayers about that. But he's doing good. He's in good spirits. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I know I asked you guys for prayers on this a while back, and you guys have, and I totally appreciate it. I'm very grateful. And guys, I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this live tonight. I hope I was able to, put some good thought out there, and just kind of think about what I said. You see stuff going on, you see things happening, and there's perception, and then there's reality, and then there's people's in between thoughts. But get out there, open up your options, get to know people, and find out the truth. And you might be surprised. You find wonderful people in different groups. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close this. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate it. Thanks, Sophia. I love you guys. Thank you for coming in here. Thanks for your prayers. Thank you for the love you shown me. And I have big love for you guys. You're the ones that motivate me to even do this. But I love doing this. If I could do this every day, I would. It just so happens I have a job, so I can't do that. But if I could, I would. But anyway, guys, have a good night. God bless you and your families, and I'll see you Friday.